has been gathered up a long, and it looks like that's exactly.
Is this volume good? This level?
Headed. You've got the Cypher cam
not loud enough
on the site to see if anybody's going to be popping their way in there. Meanwhile, there is a bit of utility that's going to be used from TSM as well, as they're going to use the drone and the smoke to get rid of Heaven and to get rid of that cut area. It's going to have really FaZe blind at this point, as TSM can mosey in. The one bit of info, or of utility, excuse me, that should be able to get them some info is that camera that's posted up in that corner. The spike has gone down. FaZe Clan have to fight for a 5v5 retake.
Nice camera finds Hazed underneath in hell.
5v5 retake.
While the rest of FaZe Clan starting their
These ones are always wild to watch because the trades are just back and forth, always. Nice paranoia.
Double back, they do, but the action has already started on the site. Baby Bay with the first opening frag sees a couple down in the sewers, and he'll back away as Sabrosa will trade things out with Zachary. But FaZe Clan have already made their way onto the site. Down in the sewers is where TSM is being held up, and it's all down.
Oh my God.
Odell, who's doubled back from the flank, but is planted.
He's in the sky,
now
bro.
to hop through, and
He has it, I
Baby
think.
goes
It's gonna be
vertical,
close.
But does he have enough time? They do
Oh,
not.
point
TSM
three.
find enough time to win the first pistol.
Did you see what Hayes did, or not Hayes, sorry, Marv though?
No, I didn't.
I kind of like that. He didn't use any omen smokes early, so when they hit the A site, he had 2 smokes up to retake. So he just smoked long and sewer, rather than just like burning one early and only having one.
Like in that plant spot under ammo, if you smoke it off, you just get spammed through it.
Yeah. They didn't even well, they didn't even try to defuse though until there's only one guy left. They focused on like killing everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to play things safe and start slow, you're really saving.
Talk about Tyson tens.
You know, for TSM, this kind of feels like a best of 8. You know, they just came.
I'm gonna minimize chat for 1 sec.
Again, they got a 20-minute or so break, 30-minute break. And now they got to go back into the swing of things, and we're actually going to see that B site execute. FaZe Clan will start the flank down the long side. There are no tripwires from TSM, so this is going to be unknown to them, as Corey will start to wrap around. Marv will go through the doors, but the action still starts.
I love the classic.
Yeah, it's great.
Almost one hits a rifle with full armor.
Find Marv to the garage, all down to Corey now on this flank. Alongside Baby Bay, who's on the site. Not really a whole lot of.
I just think the fact that it can even do that is silly. That if your bullets just happen to hit in the right spot, you can right click a guy with 150 with the free pistol.
Honestly, like the ghost is not even good to buy unless you're actually going to use it for the suppressor in the long range.
Yeah, I was talking about it on my stream. I think like the only agent I would see buying a ghost nowadays is like Reyna, maybe. If you just other than that, it's like, why? Just buy armor classic or buy like a frenzy. It's 100 cheaper than the ghost.
Yeah, you get utility, plus you can survive a headshot from a ghost.
Yep.
And you can also, like, you one-hit the ghost, but the ghost can't one-hit you.
Vandal. We saw a little bit of action over on A, and now we're seeing, and then in the last round, we saw some on B as well. TSM, at least early on, posturing.
All right, I did my post. We're good to go.
We've seen them be very comfortable, patiently waiting out the first few moments of the round before they pull a trigger.
So you'd normally think, okay, the lack of presence from
I just had to make sure I had everything ready, or like everything was done.
Anticipating a lot of what we're seeing right now from FaZe Clan. Mid aggression, mid control to find early picks. We'll see if TSM is able to exploit some of that early on.
Have I seen the jet rope slingshot glitch? Yeah. Well, I don't. If you're talking about the one on Icebox, I've seen it.
Pushing everything.
That early mid aggression finds Cutler trying to rotate
As per usual.
So it's a 3v5 retake in favor of
Keeping
FaZe
it consistent at
Clan,
least.
and they've got members coming in from all possible sides.
Favorite Phantom skin? Honestly, the Oni, man. I'm a sucker for like you know, Japanese themed skins. There's a lot of good Phantom skins. Some people like the Singularity. Some people fuck with the new Ion one. I just like the Oni.
They've invested a couple of players up towards Heaven. FaZe Clan have that dart. I love that dart from Marcus to try to get.
Ever since Marv was IGL, FaZe became a more complete team. Who was calling for FaZe before? I'm trying to remember. Oh my god.
Baby Bay with the 3K on the round.
Well, all right. That's a loss.
You know, I expected a little bit more from Corey in that flank. He did find one pick.
Oh, on the pistol round, Michael? Yeah, where they were both on the box.
Turning back around and finding that frag.
Jason R question mark?
But looking at how FaZe Clan played that round, it all started with that mid aggression. And
Oh, because we're talking about FaZe. Yeah, that key, bro. That was so. So hold on. Pure in my chat, just like I don't know if he was memeing or not, but I was talking about someone was talking about Marv being IGL, and I was like, who was IGL for FaZe before? Because I couldn't remember. And then he typed like Jason R, and it literally just completely reminded me that this guy was signed as like the team captain for FaZe, and then like never played a game. That was so weird, man. Like, he was signed and announced on their Twitter as the team captain of the FaZe Valorant
what do you think
team.
happened? Because they signed him as team captain, and then they just like put together another squad or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he like just didn't want to play. He just wanted to stream or something. But
No.
Empress looks for the leer. There's not going to be anyone challenging him. He's going to have to back off. Meanwhile, Rockets does drop across the middle of the site.
But it's just so weird, man. Like, literally, they announced him and signed him as the team captain for the Valorant team, and he never played a match, I don't think. I was born in, like, the Tampa area.
Check you back in your Phoenix body or no?
If it's still tagging, I think it does. I'm not sure.
You know, if there's a spy cam dart inside your body as Reyna and you dismiss, it's still inside your body.
Yeah.
Even after you undismiss.
Yeah.
Even though like your character doesn't exist anymore for like 2 seconds, but somehow the dart's still inside your body that doesn't exist.
It's just like the recon dart.
Yeah.
Has personnel on the site.
Ooh. No way. No way. Oh my god. How are the casters just now realizing it, bro? Like, I'm barely paying attention and I realized that they lost the round.
You can ping the smoke as much as you want, but you gotta get in there.
I want an agent I want an agent that throw a self teleport that recalls the agent when they reactivate. Be interesting, but I think that'd be too overpowered for info, depending. But like, I guess you could still die before you teleport back.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah, you might hit the fish, but you don't know that you have.
He took too long to form the team as a captain.
Like that. And now FaZe plan, okay. Giving up that mid aggression.
FaZe B team.
On both extremities. Down A long, down C long, and it pays off. Corey gets traded out by Wardell. It's a 4v4 rest of the round.
They didn't let him build his own roster.
Just pushing everything. Holy shit.
Let's push a different spot every round.
Yeah, but that's
this
like
is the very last match, guys, before the main event. The 8 teams that are at the main event are already qualified. Sentinels, Envy, Renegades, 100 Thieves, FaZe, TSM, T1, and
understanding where TSM was, understanding where they're
hold on. I'm not gonna look at chat. I want to fucking remember it. Surely my brain will work. Immortals, right?
That is very scary for TSM because, you know, Haven, a map that
this is a BO5. Yep. I don't think there's any advantage though from coming from the upper bracket. Or technically there is no upper bracket, I guess, because it's playoff, so never mind.
FaZe Clan have done a great job of being very aggressive on the defense, and have found ways to poke holes through the defensive line or through the attack.
Jason R wanted to build his own roster, but FaZe just kind of did dirty to him because the other guys that were playing already have played in the first invitational.
Like, look how aggressive they are.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that Pure. I don't know. I feel like maybe he had like a brief reignition of like competitive fire where he was like, I don't want to stream. I want to play like competitive again, because he didn't even play didn't play comp in CS for that long. And then like either maybe FaZe did him dirty or they went a different direction. He was just kind of like, whatever. I'll just stream, you know. It didn't really seem like he pushed hard or like just probably decided to go back to chilling. Who's my favorite to win it all? It's a good question. For the you're talking about this match. You're talking about the actual first strike. Yeah, I'd have to think, man. I really think it's gonna be a crazy fucking tournament. It's really sad that we're not there, but it is what it is. Fucking getting darted, ulted. There's a jet in the sky. Oh my god. I've seen Color win these before. He's dead.
From behind, it's Corey. The mid-round flank wrapping all the way around behind TSM. They're able to hold the line. I like the standard execute, but the paranoia from
Who would I want to win this game? I want TSM to win this game. I don't really have like a hard favorite. I'm just better friends with more of the TSM guys.
But he gets shot right out of the air, and FaZe Clan now lead by 2.
And poor
Yeah,
Zachary was in
Tomato.
such a brutal spot there. You saw the Hunter's Fury as he tried dancing.
Do I
around
think an
that,
agent
and
whose
working
ult helps
up
their
with
team's
the blitz
economy would be
was
too
just
OP?
picking him apart from up top as well. He was just kind of like, well, crap, I don't have a ton of options. But the option that FaZe Clan seemed to be exercising here, at least earlier on in this round, is again that pressure across the middle.
I mean,
Corey has worked
oh no, I like Corey. But I just, it's not that I don't like any like the FaZe guys. Maybe I don't like some of them, but
They don't have a lot of information here, and that's going to be Hayes down, and TSM are like,
yeah, though
do we do? The spike hasn't been
I don't know if that would be OP, but I don't think they would do something like that. It would have to be really, really, really balanced.
It's legit a ranked game, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking.
There's just a guy in a window. There's a guy like.
It's also just Haven, so it's the most like
Yeah.
scrimmy map.
Yeah, this is the map you can get away with that. The most.
Nice jet smoke, Ordell.
Oh
The
no.
spike is going to be there as well. You see members of TSM now getting onto the site.
And they're just running in.
Send it. Go.
One not gonna get the second either. Firepower from FaZe was just too
Yeah, they'd have to make it really, really balanced if it's something that would affect economy, and I don't think they'll do anything like that. I think they'll keep it to like actual in-game
I
things.
also have to highlight that it's not every round that they do it. We saw a round where FaZe Clan pushed 2 down C long. We saw a round where they double peeked.
The only person on FaZe that was involved in the stuff you guys are talking about is Marved. None of the other people were a part of it.
Nobody there, you get the orb. If there's somebody there, you get the early pick. It's 5.
Do I think they're gonna rework Icebox?
What
Yes.
teams have we seen really
I think that you're gonna see Icebox since it's gonna be in the main event. Probably not before that, but I feel like after First Strike, you're going to see Icebox changed. And I don't necessarily think it's gonna be one set of changes.
You see Baby Bay has already gotten a pick. The members of FaZe Clan are going to be rotating over from the middle of the map.
If this guy gets more than 1 kill, I'll be upset. Okay, nice. Marv just sent it out fucking heaven onto ammo.
As Cutler joins in as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see multiple
That's like the
different
downside
changes
of
to
that
Icebox.
playstyle.
As a personnel,
If anything goes bad, it's like a chain reaction of like.
It's literally like a dominoes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I swear to God, I'm watching these matches and like 8 trades happen in like 5 seconds, and the observer sees nothing. All of a sudden, it's a 1v1.
Even better now, it's down to the 1v1.
Oh.
Cutler against Zachary Cutler in a really interesting
Oh my
position.
God.
He's wrapping around the box. That's gonna be the cage as well. That benefits Zachary. Now the defuse starts to come through, but the stinger, it's unstoppable. Cutler with the thrifty alongside TSM. That Zerg rush finally paid off. If you don't let FaZe Clan get into those slow moving,
An agent would be like a shekel goblin where they collect money off of dead bodies. That's actually kind of a funny idea. What do I think is the worst map? Icebox. No contest.
get the opening pick in the face of that aggression.
And I don't think Icebox is terrible. I think that it needs some changes before it'll be like more of a competitively viable map. I think they just tried to do too much, and there's just it's weird. It has like the map has the size of Haven, but it's still just like narrow hallway simulator, like 90-degree angles everywhere. And then the verticality is just a problem. Like having verticality is nice, and I understand the idea, like having a map with way more verticality, but it's too much. They did too much, right? The ideas were good, but I just think that they went a little overboard.
They already break down the doors, but I think FaZe Clan are just gonna get confident.
Think about from attacker spawn, going to A, you know, there's like 15 different angles to clear at any moment in time. And then going to B, if you go right to B, is 2 separate like hallways that are as wide as 2 player models. Even though there is some verticality over towards B, right? And then like the middle area is okay. I think the middle area is the best part of the map, with like the tube that goes up, the space underneath the tube, how you can play on top of the tube. There's the ramp that people can play on. I think that area is kind of fun.
Oh.
Corey drops, but not before taking Cutler. It's going to drop things down to a 2v2. TSM are certainly
They low.
weaker. Baby Bay opting to use the Blade Storm here. And again, the spike continues to tick down. Drone on the flank here, tags one up, and then backs.
Oh my God, he timed it. Oh! What? This looks so funny. Just dropped in the fucking omen smoke out of the sky.
Oh. He must have thought he half-sticked it.
Yeah, he probably thought he was gonna defuse it quick.
What a great round from FaZe Clan. But I like the attempt from TSM. We have to give credit where credit is due. They tried, and similar to the Moon Raccoons match, They counter the flanks with more flanks. That's what you got to do. That's the best way to take care of this and the best way to deal with this FaZe clan.
Do I think it's a good thing Icebox is Vandal-sided?
On the flank. You'll see that more on the defensive side from TSM. But at the moment, as the attack, they're just trying to hold the line. They're just trying to keep FaZe clan at bay. Drone with the wraparound. Let's pay attention to the round at hand.
I suppose you're probably saying that because of all of the long angles there are to fight, which is true, but I guarantee you people on defense are going to be sitting in A site and sitting in the kitchen with phantoms because there's so many like corners. I also don't think that we can make these black and white like conclusive statements like we've watched, you know,
oh my God, he's gonna push garage.
50 pro matches on Icebox now, and we've concluded that it's Vandal sided. Like, I don't think it works like that. Oh, here we go. And he's go more. My God, every round is all right.
It's literally a ranked game.
No, it seems like it. I don't think we can really make that determination yet, but I do get what you're saying. Long B is a long ass fight. There's a bunch of long ass fights on the top of the A site. That whole middle area is probably long enough for a Vandal to one shot where a Phantom wouldn't.
Wardell's gonna have the spike and make his way up C1. Meanwhile, FaZe guessing at this point, no idea.
Most of the Sentinel guys have said that they really enjoy Icebox. Do you think they have some huge strats or just staying on Riot's good side? Could be a bunch of shit, bro. I wouldn't take what people say on Twitter on their streams as like hard evidence, because for all you know, maybe these guys have like been scrimming it recently and like I didn't even see. It's only the wrong push to talk. Maybe Sentinels has been scrimming on the map and they've been owning, right? So they're just like, man, we love this map, we're so good on it. But imagine they go play their first match on it and they just get like shit on, like absolutely just lost, have no idea what's going on, and then they're gonna be like, man, I fucking hate this map. They probably do have strats on it and stuff, trust me, don't get me wrong. Just tank it. Yes. Okay, well, not two of them. Tank it to get it half and then dodge.
There wasn't a lot of time left. There was under 15 or so. So Zachary had to stick the defuse, and he obviously could not. 6-4.
Yo, what up, Roland?
Possibility for TSM to really make this a
I will just say, guys, it's super common in CS. This would happen all the time, where like a team would like a new map would come out, and a team like part of it's like, I'm not going to say like a mental game, but think about it. All the other teams, they see you tweeting about it and they see you like, man, they seem to really like that map. They've been talking about it. Like maybe we ban it versus them, right? Like there is some little mental game going on there. For all you know, Sentinels could fucking hate Icebox, but they're not going to like just nonstop tweet about how much they hate the map, because then people are like, okay, just pick Icebox versus them. Like, and then they have to ban it if people know that they don't like it or they're not good at it. We'll have to wait to see. First Strike is going to be a really fucking crazy tournament because there's going to be, my understanding is there's going to be Icebox and Sky. So teams might have entirely different comps where they're running Sky. You know. I mean, I don't know. Sabrosa just standing in the same spot. He just got jiggled it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I push.
TSM's adapting though.
Yeah, they're like, they have this guy holding the opposite end of the map because they look, they're just holding everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill this guy, walk pushing day.
You know that they're just gonna push every side of the map, especially if something happens. Then
Bring
they just
girlfriend on stream. She's doing stuff, my dudes. Do I think T1 has a chance at the title? Yeah. I think anybody, literally almost anybody in the main tournament has a chance to win it, which is why I think it's going to be fucking like wild, competitive, hopefully like super exciting to watch. Teams can't play Icebox in this qualifier. So there was 2 open qualifiers and 2 main qualifiers, and then the main event. Icebox and Sky were not in any of these qualifiers, but they're in the main event only. Do I think teams will take advantage of being able to pick Icebox in the actual event and grind the map? Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see a lot of things. I think you're going to see teams that have, like, especially the teams to look out for that are going to be super maybe practice on Icebox are the 4 teams that qualified for the main event from the first main qualifier. So Renegades, Envy, 100 Thieves, and Sentinels. Those 4 teams secured their spot in the main event in the first main qualifier, which means they have had a month. When the main event comes by on December 3rd, they will have had a month to scrim with Icebox and with Sky and all of this other stuff. These other teams that are going to qualify from this event, they'll still have some time to practice, around 2 weeks before the main event. Wait, no. Like less, like 11 days or something. But still. You're gonna see some teams, I think, that are gonna be running Sky in like almost every one of their comps, who are maybe super practiced on Icebox, and you know it's like their pocket pick because they're hoping a lot of teams that don't play it. You're probably gonna see some teams that aren't really gonna be playing Icebox, but they are gonna be running Sky in their comps, but they just choose to ban Icebox, and you know they
tried to
make sure
run into the firewall, run into the molly. And try to
I saw I just burned alive. But they're just really polished on the other 4 maps. If you're gonna perma-ban a map, I cannot speak. If you're going to perma-ban a map, like if you're like, we're not playing Icebox, or we're not playing Split, then you have to be able to play the other 4 at a high level. If you're gonna choose, the best teams will not perma-ban. They're gonna be able to play all 5 maps at a competent level, or however many maps there are in the pool. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Thank you, Misty. Maybe in the future. Nope, we did not make it. You can type exclamation point first strike, I think is the command I made. All first strike main event games are BO5. I have no idea, but I do know it's all single elim. Right?
Wait, who won?
That round? FaZe. There's also a cooldown, guys, on the command. So, if, you know, Sal's the first one that typed it, so the command popped up. You know, we can just use our eyes. Look up in the chat. I'll turn this up a bit. Sorry, I just been turning it down when I'm talking to Tyson. This reminds me of a moment in the League scene where 2 Chinese teams were playing for seeding, but the winner had to play against the clear best team in playoffs. Both teams tried to throw harder, but also play as if they were serious. Can't make it too obvious. Tarkov after watch party? Maybe. I might play a little Valorant and then some Tarkov. We'll see how I feel.
Baby Bay goes in, gets aggressive. It's going to be traded out 1-for-1, and they consider continuing to funnel through, but it looks like they're going to back off. The problem is for FaZe, they are walking into a member of TSM.
Even RNG. I think any of the 8 teams could end up winning the event.
With the flash, peaks, spots 2, and backs off.
Wow.
My God, there.
is so good at this video game. The fact that he's just maneuvered his way into the position that he's in now is phenomenal. Wardell pushing aggressively with Brozo down the long side. They know they have the space. Drones saw them all. Shots from Wardell. That's 4 on the round. It's all down to Corey. He's going to upgrade.
Well, they have the best man alive for the job.
TSM. Spike behind enemy lines.
If they want to win a 1v3, this is your man.
Individual 1v1s. He's going to see Cutler.
And he's on Reyna too.
Start to respond. The task force
a raid boss character.
Actually, he has no more heals though. He only has dismiss. Better fight before you lose it.
But he's still overhealed.
Oh, it's gonna go away. No, unlucky.
Oh,
a couple of shots, maybe a couple of 1v1s, but Wardell with the ace. A great message to
Can I say?
And it'll trail TSM by 1.
You imagine here, given how
wait, I've seen that before.
Whether or not FaZe choose to buy up.
Perkalil?
In the first half after losing the pistol.
Perkalele? Like Michaelele?
Again, some really crispy shots out of Wardell there.
Hey, what's up, Tom? Hope you're doing well.
Presume that this round will likely go in favor.
How fuck are Sentinels agents now with all the nerfs? They're not bad. They're still definitely usable. But I think with the nerfs, nobody is going to nobody's gonna run double Sentinel anymore. It's just gonna be Cypher or Killjoy, but probably not both. It definitely has hurt both of them. You just have to play them differently. So you can no longer play like... You can no longer play Killjoy, put all of her stuff at one site, and go play the other site. Like, you pretty much have to be playing this site with your Killjoy utilities. You just have to play the agent differently. Some teams will even opt to run no Sentinel, but it'll just depend on the comp.
As they do stacking together and working together on those.
I thought heals and dismiss share the same ability. They technically do, but dismiss is your signature ability, whereas you have to buy the devour, which is the heal. So you can always dismiss, like on any soul orb, you'll always have the dismiss available, but if you don't If you're out of devours, then you won't be able to heal anymore.
Man, he loves this spot.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure.
Sewers saw the dart come out as it looked
Why is Wardell's Twitter open?
Oh
Oh yeah, I was showing his tweet.
We were mentioning Wardell liking to hold. Shot goes just a bit wide. Here
1 second.
on. TSM
I'm gonna go look it up just to make sure I'm not lying.
They're not playing towards the
Ah,
side.
no, it is the same.
Playing more on the back foot. They're demanding that they take some
What?
of this space.
I mean, it's they share the same ability, and it says they're shared, but the dismiss is a signature ability, whereas the devour is a basic ability.
It's gonna be the tip of the spear. Good smoke.
Strange.
This owl drone is super important because they haven't really gathered a lot of information. And the owl drone
It's weird to call it a signature ability. I mean, even if you get one for free after each round, you know, like a sky flash.
Hey, I just wanted to say hey, keep up the grind and hard work, man.
Hey, thank you for the $5 donation, Kyoj? Oh, if he got that kill, they still would have lost the round. My god, look how fast these guys are to start hunting.
Yeah. They just killed.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Such a tough spot too, because he saw Corey get a kill on the opposite side of the map as the spike was going.
Yeah, literally, they just killed the guy.
Somebody over there that could potentially be pushing in on him. That's why he was having to check those corners back and forth. And unfortunately, for TSM.
Yeah. When you don't have any of the orbs in spawn.
To be too much, they're going to take a 1-round lead here.
People have been making it look like getting RNG and seeding is a free win.
Of his own. We'll see where they position up.
I mean, people will make it seem like anything. People will discredit the teams they don't think are good, or they don't think that are a threat. They'll hype up the teams that they like, whether it's Sentinels or TSM or someone else. I'm telling you, okay. I legitimately think that any teams that are in the first strike, the 8 teams that are qualified, any team could beat any team on any given day. What's up?
0.487 cents or 0.3 cents? This is important.
Those are pretty different there.
Yeah.
0.3 or
0.487.
487? 0.487. Holy shit. I want to see you back on like a lower sense. You were playing for a while you were playing 0.69, but like on 800 DPI, so like whatever that conversion is, weren't you?
I was playing that for what's Flashpoint?
Flashpoint?
I played like 0.345 the entire tournament. When I played Reyna, whatever tournament I was playing Reyna on.
So I see we're trying to go use the Zywoo sense, the low sense, huh?
Oh shit. Yeah, it's either the Zywoo sense or the simple sense.
Give the Zywoo sense a try. You've been on a high sense for a bit, I think.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. He'll change it in the next hour. Oh, sorry. I was scrolling up just to read some stuff. Hey, you just bought Stratus? I don't know much about Stratus. That's
yeah, TSM's already adapted to the way FaZe is playing now.
They've been keeping that on the DL in the C9 Slack. All right. Wait, well, you said I said your name right, but I also pronounced it 3 different ways. But thank you for the $5. Here, I'll let you choose 1, 2, or 3. Is it just Kyo, or Kyoj, or Kyoj? Those are my 3 guesses. Hold on, I'm scrolling up.
Quick flicks, the 1-2 punches that he's got. Some of those ascent clips. Yeah, Sabros is the real deal.
Can I pronounce your name? Arav?
For FaZe, Raucus was able to hang on to that operator.
Imagine how loud Matt is screaming right now. Yeah, it's a good thing I don't need to hear it. I'd be getting a headache. His voice is probably gone already. Why are T1 seeded as 3rd seed when they didn't have a 3rd place match? I don't know how they're doing the seeding, as I don't work for UMG. I literally have no clue. I don't even know what to tell you. Damn, Cutler's? I didn't realize he's fragging out. Cutler is fragging right now. Cypher/Killjoy won't be 100% pick rate anymore. Yeah, I agree. Hello, fight me. What do I think of TSM's 3 duelist comp? I'm not gonna say they copied us, but I feel like we ran a 3 duelist comp on Haven before they did. No, I'm just kidding. But we did. I don't know if it was before them or not, but we also ran a 3 duelist comp. I think it can work. I don't think it's necessarily the greatest on all of the maps, but like we talked about this yesterday, I think the cool thing about Valorant is that you can adjust your playstyle depending on like what your comp is and what you want to do. For instance, if you're running double sentinel, then you're going to play a lot more defensive and more like sight heavy. Whereas if you're going to run 3 duelists with like a Sova for info plays, then you probably try to play a little bit more explosive, not as like hard defaulty, like especially on your defense. Mostly I'm talking about 3 duelists hypothetically can excel on attack, right? But it's on defense where the triple duelist is sort of hard to utilize well. So you just have to play like contact and yeah, what's up Mel, by the way? Yo, Infinix, thank you for the 2 gifted subs to Create and Sam Skis. 1 point I was playing Phoenix, how'd I enjoy him? I played Phoenix for a bit until we changed our comps. I actually really like Phoenix. I thought Phoenix, Raze, and Omen were my top 3 agents. I think Phoenix can still work. You know, you see TSM running Phoenix right now. We ran Phoenix the other day. I do think that overall, I think Phoenix could personally use a little bit of a buff. That's just me. I think every other duelist is better than Phoenix right now. Maybe you could debate about Reyna, but we've started to see like way make more Reyna picks. But I just think it's like you have this duelist whose like primary like utility and usefulness is being able to self flash for himself. His wall is dope, right? And he has a molly, but his like he can self flash rather than like a breach or a sky who are designed to be flashing for a teammate. Phoenix's flashes fucking suck, and they even buffed it. That's after they buffed the Phoenix flash to make it last a bit longer. And it's like, oh cool, it still lasts half as long as breach and sky flashes, and is harder to utilize because you have to like properly curveball it. Like the breach and the sky flash is pretty hard to utilize, I suppose, but you're flashing for other people. Breach flash is point and click and is pretty easy. Nice dash. Yeah, Phoenix just feels really weak. It's like, why would you run a Phoenix when you could just run a breach in his stead and have like a Jet or a Raze or a Reyna as your duelist, you know? It sort of like doesn't, like, it's sad because I like the agent. I just think he's weak. I think he's the weakest duelist, and I think his flash is easily the weakest in the game, including Omen and Reyna's flash. And nice play. Nice kills. Oh my god. Okay.
That's the Rifle Academy right there.
That is the Rifle Academy.
Dude, he just owned everyone.
The aggression.
Simo right now just screamed his pants. Look, he can't even describe it. He's so excited.
That's a G Pro Super Light right there.
That is a G Pro Super Light.
You see how fast he's turning?
So he could have not been paranoid, and he would have died nonetheless. TSM and Wardell again. These are like those flashy.
Thank you again, Infinix, for the gifted sub.
It's because of things like that.
Reyna is getting more popular, more.
Talked a little bit about how
what do I think about her getting more popular? This is the thing about Reyna, guys, is she can be super strong. I think Reyna is the most double-edged agent in the game, where she can be incredibly strong and she's very unique, whereas like she can do things that no other agent can do, but you need to be getting kills and you need to be fragging. If your Reyna is not winning their individual fights, if they're just having like a not the greatest, you know, individual day, they have very little utility compared to like the other duelists, for instance, for your team. Her eyes can still be good, her leers can still be good even if she's not fragging, but like that's it. That's the only thing you provide. If you think about most of the other agents, let's say you're not fragging as Phoenix, you still have 2 flashes and a wall and a molly and your ultimate, which basically gives you a 6th man.
He just went on top after getting shot down to like 10 HP.
I know, he's just fucking full send it. You're playing Raze, you're not fragging. You still have so much pressure with your damaging utility to clear out angles and corners and stuff, to close space with your blast packs. Same with Jet. Her dash and her smokes really allowed her to gap close like no other agent. So that's the thing, right? Reyna can be really strong, but you need to be fragging. Reyna's flashes by themselves are not very good. Any good player is going to shoot it, or they're going to have someone else shoot it while someone's holding the angle. But when you combine a Reyna flash with other stuff, that's when it becomes really strong. If you breach flash or you omen paranoia somebody off an angle, and then you're throwing a fucking Reyna eye up, and then that means the guy's blind, he's hiding behind cover, and now if he re-peeks right into you, the eye's already up, and then they get nearsighted again, that's like the strongest use. So I think we're seeing a lot more Reyna picks, especially on people like Corey, who are like these individual fraggers, because if you have a good game, and if you're like hitting your shots and connecting and you're getting the kills, then it's a really strong agent, you know. Whereas if you're not having a great game, your agent is kind of lackluster, especially compared to the other choices, right? And yeah, there's like a slight delay, but you get what I'm saying. What is this blame F tweet? Oh yeah, I already saw that.
How much you want to bet Wardell wins this one?
This one?
I'm actually not joking. He's gonna dash out of heaven.
You want to bet? Say a figure right now.
Dude, you sound a little bit too confident there, Skyler.
10,000. We'll do a $10 bet. He looks like he's saving, bro. He looks like he's going for exits.
No, I want him to get one pick and then dash in with the knives. Yeah, he actually might be saving.
He eats 6 eggs a day, no doubt. I've not tried the G Pro Super Late. I'm looking forward to trying it though. Oh, did he already have the daggers popped, right? Okay. I thought he just popped it when he was saving. We gotta float at that guy and right click him.
Yeah. Well, no, he also like he was playing really close up if he was gonna like full save.
Yeah, it was tough. Not able to bring that into the next round, but
like I think even if he killed like people, it doesn't really.
If you're not a good shot today, don't worry. There are other ways to be useful unless you're Reyna.
Because as you can see on the timeline, it's been all TSM. Here, FaZe.
Who do I think is the best aimer in FaZe Clan? I think Corey.
Slivers of hope.
I think that would be most people's choices, right? Unless you're just like a really big fan of someone else.
Defensive showing from TSM here, FaZe. Look at that. The one time that Wardell's not posted up in garage with an operator.
What do you think about the observing decision to always watch the Sova who is ulting versus watching anything else in the round? I've noticed that no matter what. Yeah, I've also noticed like the observers tend to watch like it's like a rule of thumb, it seems, where you just observe whoever's like anyone that's ulting. If a Phoenix ults, like obviously it makes sense to switch to him. If they hear a showstopper, they switch to the Raze. I think it's just kind of new. Like, you know, the game is not only very young in terms of the meta and like the teams and everything, it's also very new for casters and for observers. And I think, you know, Valorant is no contest a much harder game to observe than Counter-Strike, because just look at this. This guy's out here, darts going off, another dart just went in, Hayes got the kill. Like, this is not that chaotic because they're all sitting long C. But when like people 5v5 exec, holy shit, bro. There's so much shit that the observers are trying to watch and catch, you know? It's probably kind of hard. Oh my god.
Holy shit. All I'm saying is if he had an Odin there, he probably would have won the round.
Just don't let go of mouse one and keep strafing. But yeah, I get why they want to watch the Sova with the ult, because they're trying to see him make some crazy play, but it might be like nothing happening really, and there's like way more interesting shit to spectate. I just think the observers will learn with time. It's hard though. Like I think observing is really hard in Valorant. So much shit to keep track of and to pay attention to. If it's like a normal default, that's not really that big of a deal, but like when there's a fucking exec, when it's like a 5v5 exec going on, I pray for the observers. What do you even watch? I'm not even kidding you. When teams rush a site and it's a 5v5, it comes down to a 2v2, and I didn't see any of 6 of the kills that happened sometimes. Nice fucking nice kills.
Dude, I don't see Drone using his abilities in that spot though.
Yeah, he doesn't like giving away his position, I think. He's just trying to like peek out from the box.
keep things interesting. But
Did I want those 2 Zywoo aces? What does that mean? More overhead shots? People don't realize that I don't. Well, hold on. We'll talk about this in a second. Let's watch.
He doesn't have a lot of information off of it, so sitting in the smoke is gonna buy him some time, but he needs more than just time.
I've been on the C9 Valorant team since May. Unlucky.
Oh.
I was born in like Tampa area. What was the next map? Ascent? No, it's Split, right? Or bind? Is it bind?
It's bind.
One of the maps. Whoops! It is. Oh my god! It's kicked my power strip. I don't know. I was Relyks fan. Alexander was hitting some nice shots yesterday. I think the observing right now is really lackluster. I don't know how it worked in CS, but this just doesn't work on an individual scale. Yeah, well, like I said, I think we need to I think we need to give them some time for observers to really figure out like the flow and like what's best to do. I don't know about Valorant, but I was going to say for most of those games that you see where you guys see the like these overhead panning out shots, that's not the observer sometimes. Like that is not necessarily the observer like moving their mouse and like flying around in like no clip. That is a pre-recorded flight path. At least this is how a lot of that stuff worked in CS. I can't really explain it to you because I don't remember exactly like how the program works. But like, yeah, let's say you're on Inferno and like you're like talking about like the A site and the round's about to start. Then like, yeah, you do this like cam path out, like, you know, from like getting a bird's eye view of the A site, and then it looks up into the sky, and then it transitions back to like spectating a player. Some games have cam paths, but there's a lot of people who do it with a controller for Overwatch. Yeah. Wait, is that Half-Life After Effects? I don't think that's what it's called. I don't remember. I do remember HLAE though. I don't remember the acronym. What do you think the main problems C9 is having? Any intense? Whoops, gonna scroll up. Hold on, Mitch. Well, yeah, man. Like questions like that, and like the questions like what happened against T1. I'm just not going to talk about it on stream. I'm not going to like break down the inner workings and discuss like what issues and stuff I have. That'll be reserved for when we talk as a team. So like today we had an off day, you know, day after the loss, and I'm just watching the match. We're going to discuss it. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts about stuff that maybe we need to change. Like structure wise mostly, but like I said, I'm not really going to go deep dive into like the behind the scenes, what I think the issues are, whatever. We'll talk about that among the team. Maybe after the fact I can talk about it, right? After we've made the changes or after we've like discussed it or something, you know? Omen seems to have really high pick rate in pro tourneys. I think no team is playing Brim right now, if I'm not wrong. So do you think there will be some kind of Omen nerf or next agent? Well, so look, we'll talk about this really fast because I've talked about this before. Omen right now is pretty much the predominant controller, and it's not even close. Almost no teams even play Brimstone at all, and very few teams play Viper. And if they're playing Viper, they're probably only playing Viper on Split. They need to add a controller. I think the next agent that they add needs to be a controller. You know, they've already added a duelist, right? In Reyna, they added Sky and Killjoy. I just think the next agent needs to be a controller, and I don't know exactly what they could do to diversify his skill set. Think about it, that he or she, whatever, the agent's gonna have smokes, obviously, as a controller, some sort of smokes, and then like what else do you add? Omen has like this paranoia like flash, Brimstone has a molly, and you know, like whatever. So what would they add to make the controller unique? I don't exactly know, but I think the next agent needs to be a controller, not only to help diversify the meta and not have it just be Omen 24/7 all the time. But that's my 2 cents. I don't know exactly what kind of controller. I just think they need to add a controller. Yeah, there's a couple teams that run like these really weird comps, like they'll run Viper on Bind or Viper on Split. And some of the teams actually, like, we played against some of them and they like randomly just stopped running it. So I don't know if it's just because they like didn't want to run it anymore. They decided it wasn't good or something, but yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna look something up.
It's just so difficult to deal with.
First, okay, this is what I wanted to see. Look at that, Simo. Are you? Come on, Wardell. Like, just, and I want to point something out. Wardell does.
I mean, proportionally, there are too many duelists. I mean, there's only one more duelist than every other role.
I can't. I mean, make sense of it for me.
Like, there's 3 controllers, 3 initiators, 3 sentinels, and 4 duelists. I mean, you are right. Proportionally, there are more. I wouldn't say there's too many. I would just say that they have 4 duelists, and now like they should be adding, you know, like another controller. Maybe after the controller, they add another. Like they just added an initiator, right? The Sky. Before that was Killjoy, right? Which is a sentinel.
As we moved on to the defensive side, well, I mean, FaZe Clan hit the A side so many times, or they at least prepared for an early round. TSM were able to prepare.
Relyks played with Brax and Caboose on. Yeah, I did. For a bit before Brax decided that he didn't want to play CS anymore, and then I followed suit because I was thinking the same thing.
Was a 5v5 retake, then they found an opening pick in garage. But Bind is a really good map for FaZe Clan. This could be a
Bind, Split, Ascent, Split.
an opportunity to try to answer that, because as we had highlighted in the pregame, Split.
I think if FaZe doesn't win Bind, they lose.
TSM, and there's 2 of those in this match.
I think if they lose Bind, then TSM will win Split also.
First and foremost, I learned something here. Sometimes you just gotta say okay, right?
What I think is the most individually skilled Valorant player. Mechanically, probably Tens in my mind. And he's my teammate, so you know maybe I'm a little. I didn't watch the 2 Zywoo Aces. I saw the pistol one where he was Tetris with a Glock on T-side Mirage. I didn't see another ace. Yeah, FaZe is good on Bind.
Overall, very impressive for TSM. FaZe again looked very good too, up until they started.
Our Sentinels.
You mentioned Simo, they pushed A so many times.
I don't think it's necessarily that Sentinels are so much better than Renegades that this game now means something, but either of these teams would definitely probably prefer playing Renegades to Sentinels, which means that they don't want to lose this match. Now, that doesn't mean that like Sentinels is just godlike and Renegades fucking suck. Renegades are a good team. It's just that Sentinels have proved themselves a lot more, right? Renegades kind of like came up from nowhere and they had a really good performance and they secured themselves in the main event, but like Sentinels right now is the top dog in Valorant. Like they won the last big tournament, they qualified from the first main qualifiers, so it's just like a you know, just how it is. Just because you'd like to play another team doesn't mean that other team that is bad, right? Like, for instance, if you had a choice between playing the #1 team and another #2 team in the world, you'd probably choose the #2 team. That doesn't mean you think that they're bad. It's just, you know, you want to play the team you think is going to be easier, you know? I missed a question I wanted to read up here. I'm reading some of the things I missed up here. I was curious. I observed in CSGO for 2-2 tournament organizers, Winners League. I've actually observed a ton of matches. Oh my god, look at that. Small world. I will also say, so like, look, I've never observed in Valorant, right? Valorant right now is in this weird state where like we could really use some changes and some things, and some of them are like quality of life improvements that I think that they should add. But like, think about that they've just added some, like, I don't even know if they added more observing tools. I just know that they added more observing slots. I was born in the Tampa area. That's my 3rd time answering you, Satori.
Who are you leaning towards here on Bind?
Yeah, they've been like slowly making changes. I think like, obviously we really need a replay system. No, it's all good, bro. We really need like a replay or a VOD system for teams to be able to review their matches, for, you know, for up and coming players to be able to download their own ranked game so they can go rewatch it and, you know, maybe see what they did wrong, whatever, right? Once they add like a replay and a VOD system, I think the next like most important thing is adding a coaching slot. Coaches literally can pretty much do almost nothing right now in Valorant because of the fact there's no coaching slot. They can't even coach in scrims. They can't coach in matches. So they're forced to just sit there in TeamSpeak or Discord and listen to their team play during scrims, maybe have someone stream their Discord POV. And during matches, they have to watch the stream like every other fan. So they're just watching the stream 2 rounds behind while listening to their team calm in the current round, and it sucks. They really can't do anything with their job. They need to add spectating slots for coaches. They should add a replay/VOD system. That's like some of the main things, like competitively. There's like other things I have like minor complaints about. But yeah.